All right, good afternoon. This is Jorge, your host. Welcome to the Expat City podcast. Today is Thursday, August the 26th, 2021. It's a beautiful day in Medellin. It's about 75 degrees. Let's see, I've got a new guest here today, and we're going to see what he thinks about relocating to Medellin in just a moment. Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Maxwell Fulbright.
All right, it's great to meet you. Where are you from originally?
From South Jersey.
How old are you?
I'm 67 years old.
What countries have you traveled to?
I've been to Africa, to Egypt, Europe, Holland, England, in the Caribbean, to Jamaica, Puerto Rico.
So world travel, you've been everywhere.
No, Asia, not Asia.
Which one of those countries are like maybe on your top 3 list?
I would say Egypt.
Okay. Nice. What languages do you speak?
I speak Arabic, some Swahili, and Spanish.
All right, that's great. How long have you been in Medellin?
9 months.
What made you decide to visit Medellin originally?
Well, I had a friend who was from Colombia, and he suggested I come. This was 2 years ago. And so I got here, stayed here for 5 days, and it was an incredible experience. So I came back the next year, 2 weeks by myself, and it repeated itself. It was, again, an incredible experience.
Well, I had a similar experience. I had a trip scheduled for 3 weeks to come here, and I ended up staying for 7 months.
Right?
And then I had to go back to the States. I definitely did not want to go back, but I had to do what I had to do at the time. So when I saved up enough and had the opportunity, I came right back to Medellin, and I've been here now for coming up on 3 years.
Wow.
How long have you been in Medellin?
9 months.
9 months.
9 months. Yeah, prior to that, it was only 3 weeks. I came here 5 days the first time and then 2 weeks the second time.
Oh, yeah.
And it was enough that I said to myself, the third time I come, I wasn't leaving.
I know what you mean.
And I find also that the people who come here, when they do have to leave, they are all sad.
You regret it. Well, what are your, if you have like maybe 2 to 3 or maybe 5, what are your like maybe 5 favorite things about Medellin?
Well, the climate, number one. The people are super, super friendly. And that'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's 2 of the things that I like most about this area. There's no snow. It's springtime the year round. Every day is great. Even when it rains, once the rain stops, it's still warm and sunny. What have you noticed in the 9 months that you've been here? Like, what cultural and societal differences have you noticed versus Medellin and Jersey or Medellin and the United States?
Well, number one, family here is most important, which I think in the States it's pretty much lost.
It's waning. Oh, it's lost. It's over.
It's lost, yeah. When I grew up, family was equally important as it is here. But I find that now the United States is just not important. But here, the most important thing is family, which I find that gratifying.
In your opinion, is it easy to meet people, make friends, and gain business contacts here in Medellin as a foreigner?
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
How do you sustain your lifestyle here in Medellin?
I have I'm 67, so I got a union and Social Security, and then also I'm a chef, a artist, and a food scientist.
I actually heard that you are an author as well. What book did you write?
Oh yeah, 10 years ago I wrote a book called 2064: The Dawn of Unity, and it's a speculative fiction about the future. And I wrote it principally because I wanted people to have a more upbeat and positive outlook for the future. Most of the stuff that's out there is dystopian and really foreboding, so it doesn't give you something to look forward to in a positive way.
I've definitely had that experience as well, especially living in the United States. Things can be kind of drab. What is the name of your book again?
It's 2064, The Dawn of Unity.
And where can people purchase that book?
You can get it on Amazon. Yeah, I have 4.7 stars on Amazon. It can be had on Amazon. You punch up 2064, The Dawn of Unity, and it comes right up because we did the search engine optimization, which allows us to be, in the forefront when you look it up.
All right, that sounds great. I definitely will be picking that book up. Let me also ask you, since you've been here for 9 months, almost a year, what are a few of your favorite places in Medellin or Colombia in general?
You mean neighborhoods or
It could be
places?
restaurants,
Oh,
places,
restaurants.
hangouts.
Ina, which is a plant-based restaurant. Salud Pan, another awesome place. And then La Revolucion is a great, it's a more of a meeting place. They've got great coffee, but it's a more of a meeting place. But those three, and they're within 3 blocks of each other.
That's true. I haven't been to Cafe Revolution in a while, but I remember, I think it's over on Carrera 73.
Right.
maybe?
Yeah.
All right. And what do you like about those places? Like, what draws you to those cafes?
What you mentioned before, the ease in which you can meet people, the caliber of people. The people that I've met here have been really 90% of the people I've met have been stellar. Absolutely awesome people.
I've had a similar experience. The foreigners, the locals. I usually have a really warm welcome from people, even though I don't know them. It's easy to get to know people from here as well.
It truly is, yeah.
What are the best neighborhoods for, if you could tell me, like for someone who is thinking about visiting here or maybe considering moving but has never been here? Could you name maybe 3 of your top best neighborhoods?
Yeah. I'd say Laurel is number 1. El Retiro, if you're, excuse me, if you're like older, El Retiro out by the airport is a really excellent, a nice neighborhood. And then, so many, Sabaneta, Envigado, Guatape is nice. The pace is slow, but it's really beautiful, picturesque.
Also, I have a friend here named Juanco. I'm going to ask him, he is a local from Colombia. I want to ask him, what are your 3 top neighborhoods, maybe for a foreigner? Juanco has a farm here in Marinilla, and he knows a lot of foreigners. He does tourism, boat tours in Guatape, all types of different things. What are 3 neighborhoods in Medellin that you would suggest, like for a foreigner that's coming here for the first time?
Nice to meet you. My name is Juan. I think I agree. Laureles is a very great place because Laureles is near to Poblado. In Poblado, you have very good parties. Sabaneta is another good place, and the future mix between Laureles and Poblado will be seen in the south of Envigado. Envigado South is a very good place now. It's a new restaurant every day is with a very good place for relax, for meetings, for different things.
Great. All right. And Max, I would like to ask you, what are the first steps that you took when you decided you wanted to relocate to Medellin?
You mean prior to coming here?
Well, after you came for 3 weeks and then you decided you wanted to move here permanently?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, the first thing I was instructed was get the visa, do all your paperwork. Get all your ducks in order. So you're going to need insurance, comprehensive insurance, to get the visa. You get the visa, you go through the cedula process, and then those things will allow you to get the bank account, the telephone, apartment, that type of stuff. And then for travel, you get a Civica for the metro. And that pretty much will square you away. And then just walk, take the taxi or take the bus or take transportation so you can familiarize yourself with your immediate area, and then just keep on expanding that area.
So you did all that from the United States before you got here?
Oh, no. The only thing I did from prior to coming here was the insurance.
Okay.
I got the insurance, which had to be supplemented. I got traveler's insurance in the beginning, and then I had that supplemented so it'll be comprehensive to the standard here in Colombia.
I asked that question because I'm actually renewing my visa right now, and I was given the option to actually go to the United States and go to a Colombian consulate and have my visa renewed, which didn't make any sense to me because I'm already here.
Right.
But let me also ask you, as far as the application process, what company did you use, and did you feel like it was an easy process, or did it take a long time?
Oh no, it was super easy. But it was easy because I did this in 2020, and since then, it's become more restrictive. I've got a 3-year visa, and it's my understanding they're only doing 1 years now. But I went through a broker, wonderful woman. She lives in Sabaneta, speaks English, she's bilingual, and she made the process super, super smooth.
Okay. And I also want to ask you, this is a question, this is basically, before I decided to move to Colombia, I was thinking about it, and I talked to a few of my relatives, a few friends, and they gave me some non-justified information that they had received, if I could call it that. What kind of things did you hear about Colombia and Medellin before you visited here?
Well, that's the funny part, because it didn't register at all. If you said Colombia, I would not have had any idea at all, because I wasn't privy to the preconceived notions that most people have, because Colombia wasn't a focus of my thought process. When I was thinking about moving out of the United States, first I was thinking about Puerto Rico or Jamaica or Barbados. So with the process of elimination, the climate after the hurricanes in Puerto Rico and Jamaica, that kind of like put them out of the picture. So Barbados, the economy is not as is definitely not as friendly as Colombia. So when a friend of mine suggested I come to Colombia, that's what put it on the radar for me. And after coming here, it was a no-brainer.
I like that. Once I started when I was back in the States, once I started discussing Colombia, people suddenly started coming out of the woodworks telling me all of these things, how dangerous it was and how could you go there, blah, blah, blah. And I've been here for almost 3 years, and I feel much safer here than in the United States. I don't have 9 out of 10 of the problems that I was having in the United States. So I like to put those types of rumors to rest, but it's even better if you haven't even been exposed to that. You know, you don't have that skewed view before you even come down. Let me also ask you, when it comes to moving out of the country that you've been living in all of your life, did you have any fears or reservations about relocating to Colombia or just another country in general?
Not one, please. It's funny that you should say that the previous about the people's like unfounded notions about what Colombia is like, because it's my experience that most of the people who have those unfounded notions don't even have a passport.
They don't.
Okay, I had a close person who's close to me tell me when I was going to Colombia, he says, aren't you afraid you'll be kidnapped, or it's really dangerous down there? And this is one of the people that does not have a passport to this day. So I'm like, how can you speculate on things that you know nothing about?
I agree. Absolutely. Now I don't even correct those people. I prefer them to stay right where they are.
Exactly.
I'll see them when I stop into the States. Also, a lot of people, especially the newer people that come here, ask me how easy it is for them to get around if they don't speak Spanish. Did you take Spanish classes before coming here?
No, I did study. I was a language major, so I had 5 years of Latin from high school into college. So that helped me with the Romance languages. But I had Arabic in school, and then also I just have an ability to pick up languages. So it wasn't that hard for me to segue into Spanish.
That's great, especially with the Latin background, because even though Latin is a really old language, you can just look at Spanish now and see the absolute connection. It's like the father of Spanish.
It's the basis for all Romance languages. Yeah, European, French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Latin is the base for all those.
Being here for 9 months, let me ask you this: your first month here, how easy was it for you to get around the city by taxi, by train, without speaking Spanish 100%? Was it complicated?
It was really easy.
Simple,
It was
right?
super. I'm amazed at how easy it was. People, I mean, you can get further, and here it's really easy because if you know hello, please, thank you.
That's all. That's all you need.
Every conversation is started with buenos dias, ¿cómo está? Okay.
Bien.
Once you get that down, you know, things open up for you. And people, as I said before, people are super, in Medellin, people are super, super friendly and helpful.
I agree. That's what surprised me after coming down from New York City, living in the Bronx for years, because in the Bronx, people aren't going to help you. You know what I'm saying? They might tell you to get out of their face if they do that. So when I came here and the people were really like friendly and helpful, it was a surprise to me, because after living in the Northeast of the United States, I feel like sometimes some people's attitudes are as cold as the weather. I was one of those people as well. So that's not a complaint. That's just an observation.
I feel you. I think the one word that I would use for, because I lived in the same area that you did, in the Northeast, and the one word that I would use for people's attitude is apprehensive.
I agree.
They're always, and I lived out in Seattle, Washington for a time, and when I moved out there, people were friendly. It's almost like it was here. And my first reaction is, "What do you want?" From the East Coast, you're not nice for a real. You're nice for a reason. What do you
Looking
want?
for something, right?
And that's just how it is.
Also, I've had a lot of people ask me about taking Spanish courses and things like that when they come down here. And I usually tell them, I feel like it's not 100% necessary because every day is a Spanish class. But have you joined any type of language groups or language exchanges since you've been here?
The languages, I just started doing that. Now that you mentioned it, there's a language exchange on, I think it's like, what would that be, 42, right off La 70, 42, at a cafe. But it's a language, and they one tonight. 7 o'clock tonight, there's a language exchange at Sweet Poison. It's a nice cafe. You meet great people. And there's Spanish people wanting to learn English and English-speaking people wanting to learn Spanish. So it's a super way to learn. But formal classes, I'm not really interested in formal classes, because I think once you immerse yourself here 24/7, take your time and you're going to pick it up. And then with the advent of YouTube, you can learn anything you want on YouTube these days.
I absolutely agree. If you put in the time, and you have to be open, because I feel like some people are kind of nervous when it comes to learning and practicing a new language, but it's definitely easily done. Especially once you're living here, you will learn. You know what I mean? Let me also ask you, I'm going to change the avenue a little bit. How do you feel about the women here in Medellin and relationships so far?
Well, I think it's an extraordinary experience. The women here are a lot friendlier in the United States. I find that. The other thing is, I think you take people as they come. Each person is an individual, and you can't group everybody in one bowl. So you meet people as a person, and you get to know them, and and take it from there. But I do think the relationships here, it's a lot easier to meet women. It's a lot easier to engage. I just think this is it's a friendlier vibe here in Medellin.
I agree. Let me also ask, do you feel this city has growth and business opportunities for foreigners?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. But I think that's with the people who live in any place can't see the forest for the trees. You have foreigners who come to the United States in a short period of time have extraordinary businesses, and most people in the United States don't have businesses. So I think it's the same worldwide. The expats who come here, the foreigners who come here, see the opportunity, but the people who live here are in what they're in. So to change when you're in it is more difficult, I think.
I see what you mean. It's like you have to step outside of that box.
Right, right.
Since you've been here for 9 months, do you feel at home here, or do you feel maybe awkward being a foreigner? Do people accept you as like a local?
No, I definitely feel at home. This is but I'm at home wherever I'm at. Home is where your heart is.
I like that.
And the other thing, somebody said this a while back. They said you should go to where people appreciate you and to where you're treated nicely. And I think since I've been here, there's nothing to dissuade me from knowing that I've been treated royally. So, yeah, I'm loving it.
I agree. Do you feel like this is a place that you're going to live for good, or are you passing through right now?
Oh, no, at least a decade.
I feel the same way. I'm actually looking for property right now. Me and Juan were out earlier looking at a huge lot down in, what was that place called? What was that place called? The lot that we saw? Allá al lado de Guatapé, ¿cómo se llama?
La Peña.
La Peña. So we checked out a lot in La Peña because I've decided now I would like to have a base here because I love the city so much.
Mm-hmm.
If someone were to come here for 3 months as a first-time visitor, in your own personal opinion and experience, could you tell us how much money would they need per month as far as rent, food, clothes, entertainment, and transportation? Like, what could they get by comfortably with using the U.S. dollar here in Medellin?
I would think it depends on lifestyle, but I would say between $1,500 and $2,500 USD a month, and you do anything you want.
I agree. I feel like you could get by with 1,000, but if you really want to live how you want to live, 1,500, 2,500. What is the craziest experience you've had in Medellin so far?
Well, the craziest experience has been the best experience. As I said before, I'm an artist, so I had a folio with 50 drawings in it. And I was going to Poblado to Perigamo, a cafe, to meet a friend. And I left the folio in the taxi. I forgot it and left the folio in the taxi. So the taxi drives off. I go and sit down. Then I realize, man, I left my artwork in the taxi. So this is at 11 o'clock on a Sunday. So a friend of mine, we sat down. I went, look, it's my fault. I left it there. I can't blame anybody but myself. So I said, let's have a coffee. So we sit down. We have a coffee. We start joking around. Hour later, the taxi drives up with the folio. He says, Señor, ¿esto tuyo? I'm like, wow. Not only is Colombia safe, but they're honest too.
Yeah, I agree.
It was incredible.
I also, when it comes to your artwork, I just want to tell everyone that Max really makes a lot of unique and special types of shoes, pants, shirts, all types of clothing. Can you tell us what your website is to purchase those articles?
Oh, yeah. It's Vivido, vivido.com.co. So it's vivido.com.co. And you can get an idea of the type of wearable art that we have with sneakers, with leggings, and with T-shirts right now.
I would definitely suggest checking out his website because the way that Max uses color is something that I've never actually seen any other artist do before. So it's definitely interesting, and everything he does is one of a kind. Let me also ask you, would you suggest Medellin to other expats or people that are considering leaving the U.S. for good?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. I would put that number one on your list because of the things we've mentioned before. The climate, the people, the women, the economy. I mean, there's so much awesome aspects to this place, and it's closer to the equator. So you're going to get great weather, and just the vibration here is different than any other place I've been.
I feel like it's much more open and much more, relaxed, muy tranquilo, sí.
See. And the other thing is, when people get here, they are not aware of the trees.
All the plants,
the greenery,
so green.
The plants. It's like a Garden of Eden. It's like paradise. And the other thing too is, being that Medellin is a big city with a lot of cars and a lot of pollution, the trees drink the carbon dioxide and give you back oxygen.
Yes, I agree. And just to wake up every day and look out, living in the Northeast, especially in the Bronx, when you look out the window, you see bricks, concrete. There's rarely any trees, broken glass. Just to wake up and look out and see palm trees and greenery every day is an amazing feeling. Was the transition of moving to Medellin long term hard for you, or was it pretty simple?
Oh, it was easy.
You were
It
ready.
was easy. Yeah, I'm a global person anyway. So the idea of leaving the United States wasn't it wasn't foreign to me. So yeah, it was. I just had to pick the right place to go, and it was a done deal.
I definitely understand. I feel the same way. When I came down here, I didn't have any expectations. I didn't know what to expect. I just wanted to get out of the States for a while and kind of decompress, if you will. But after being here for even a week, I realized I was like, I could live here for good. The city has everything I need. I don't even have to have a car. They have a great metro. It's clean. They have the metro cable. They have taxis everywhere. They have Uber here, Didi here. They've even got a moto service. If you need to be picked up, you can be picked up by moto. How do you feel about this interview?
Oh, I think it's wonderful.
Thank you.
Having a great time. You're a good host. You know what I mean? You ask great questions. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I like to try to keep it as if it's just, a regular conversation.
Yeah.
All right. And did you want to leave any additional contact information in case someone wants to reach out to you for business or personal purposes?
Oh, most def. Ganymede. I'm on Instagram. In fact, you could see the art that I do on Ganymede, which is GANYMEDE 2064. So that's GANYMEDE 2064, and I've got over 400 images of art on there. And then my WhatsApp is 1-609-214-8532 if you want to reach out. So that's 1-609-214-8532.
All right, that's wonderful. And I'd like to thank you for coming and having this interview with me today. I've known Maxwell for quite some time now, and we're pretty cool. Did you have any questions for me?
No, I just thought, where you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
No, I've been...
I know you've been busy, huh?
I was spending a lot of time in El Peñol at the farm. It's about an hour and a half away. Just to decompress a little further and, get out of the city for a little bit. But I'm back now. I've been working on buying a new car. I've been looking for land for, 2 months now, right? 3 months now.
Wow.
So I was spending a lot of time out of Medellin, but I even love the countryside here. It's beautiful, a lot of cows, a lot of greenery. But I want to go ahead and thank all the viewers and listeners. I definitely enjoyed having you guys here. We're going to go ahead and close out the interview. If any of the listeners need to contact me or you need to contact any of my guests, you can email me at expatcitymedellin@gmail.com. That's expat, EXP as in Paul, AT as in Tom, C as in cat, IT as in Tom, Y, Medellin, M as in Mary, E, D as in dog, ELLIN as in Nancy, @gmail.com. All right, thanks you guys. Have a great day.